Hello everybody, welcome back to the Cave Tales Cast. Today we're going to be talking about Attack of the Clones.
Woohoo!
Star Wars Episode 2.
Best out of all movies.
And that's how we start.
I don't want to murder you on screen, but I will.
Red dots.
Well, you see, none of them will hit you because they're all being fired by stormtroopers.
Were the clones more accurate than the stormtroopers?
Yes, they were.
I thought so
Because
too.
what they were shooting at weren't living people.
The droids had a certain protocol so they could time it up.
The droids would just be able to die and no one would care.
Also, apparently Jango Fett was the best bounty hunter in the world. So they were hunting him down at the beginning of Episode 2. And that's my favorite scene out of the entire film. I thought the effects on Coruscant were really, really good.
Well, they weren't hunting him down. They didn't really know about him until.
They were looking for the bounty hunter who was after
yes.
Patton.
Yeah.
Yep,
So that's where that
they
starts.
were chasing the bounty hunter that was being hired by the bounty hunter
Right.
who
and
was on Camino.
and Anakin drops down from that scene from their ship trying to target. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was the only good effect I thought in the scene. And now I'm done. Thank you. But speaking of that, I thought it was really good with their bromance. I guess you call it.
Rad bromance.
I want to say, I loved Ewan McGregor's performance.
Right.
I hated his hair.
I was gonna say his hair.
The longer.
Yeah,
like the shaggy,
Thicker,
like.
fluffier.
It just
Yeah.
looked so bad.
What was your favorite thing about Episode 2?
I really like just the clones in general.
Yeah, you thought that was good. I thought they had
it was
good
good,
effects.
like-
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had like a nice little backstory, and I don't know, I like backstories of villains.
I do too, but I wish they wouldn't have gave Boba Fett one. That's one of my big negatives is making him a clone.
martyr.
Yeah, of them. I hope that they changed it up. Like a lot of the fan theories is that Boba Fett was almost like a title that was passed down, almost like Dead Pirate Roberts, or that his helmet and armor was stolen. That person just became Boba Fett. I like that idea more than having this badass guy just be a clone of another badass guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
They only survived one movie.
Right, exactly. George Lucas has a tendency of just trying to make everybody interconnected when you have this giant galaxy. Apparently everybody's intertwined.
Which doesn't just.
It wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen, no. It's kind of like in Star Trek, like how everybody passes through time, but they still hit the same spots. You know what I mean? Like still Picard and Kirk run into each other on the same planet randomly. It's like, no. So like you were saying, the bromance is one of my few positives for that movie.
Yeah.
The witty banter's good. I think it's better on Ben's side than it is on
Yeah,
Anakin's.
and honestly, there just wasn't enough interaction between Obi-Wan and Anakin. Like after
No.
the
Never
first
enough.
segment of that movie,
They're
it's like
separated.
they're separated
Yeah.
for the rest of it until Geonosis.
And that's where Clone Wars, the show, came in, just building that relationship more.
Yeah.
But Jordan was talking about it earlier. Is that movie did a good job of showing that they were friends,
Yeah.
not just partners, but friends.
Right.
And I thought that was another positive from that. The negative on that relationship is the other relationship Anakin's involved in is with Padme, because she's not sand. That's why I like you, because you're not sand.
This
I
would
hate
come off
sand.
creepy, wouldn't it?
It gets everywhere.
It gets everywhere. But you're not sand.
And then even before that scene, just like when he's talking to her, the way that he looks at her, he's got like the pedophile eyes.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna kill her.
He had rapey eyes.
Crazy eyes.
It
yeah.
was-
Yep.
Oh.
Guys, I don't think he had rapey eyes.
No, he did. It was bad. There's a scene where she's walking away and he's just like,
It's like
They were in love.
No, that was not love.
Lust.
Yes.
She's not sand.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who aren't saying, I don't want to do them.
He doesn't know that many people.
Jedis are supposed to
It's
love.
like him and Jedi's. Like, is he gonna fuck Yaddle,
Of course.
the female version of Yoda who first appeared in Phantom Menace?
Way to slide that.
You're welcome.
Little proud of that Google, aren't you?
I didn't Google it. I already knew it. He Googled it.
I googled it to confirm.
Now you're proud that it was right.
Yes, that doesn't happen to me very often. Okay, so the bounty hunter chase was awesome. We thought the bromance was sweet. Padme was terrible. What about the saber fights in this film? I thought they were a little too CGI. I thought they took it too far.
I thought, honestly, the worst part of it for me was the camera work. Because
Yes, quick cuts.
Most of the fight that I saw was just a zoom in of Christopher Lee's face, God bless him. But
God rest his soul.
and then it would switch to Anakin, and there'd just be blue and red light.
Yeah, right.
There was no saber on saber. It was just
You know, for them, and then when they did do like the far away, it was very clearly not Christopher Lee. Like it does not hold up.
it was softcore saber porn. there was no.
You guys are very sexual today. You guys are getting really into it. Okay, but I definitely agree. I thought
There's no pull on pull.
Count Dooku's effects I thought were poor to say the least. What they did to Yoda, I didn't like that they gave him a lightsaber. I understood like the cool factor of seeing him do the flips, but those flips do not hold up. Like there's some stutter there.
There is. I mean, I liked it just because it was so cool. But
yeah, at the time you're like, oh, fucking Yoda, he's badass. Then when you watch,
bouncing off the walls.
right, when you compare it to the magic of the original series, I thought he was just gonna be like a really strong Force user.
Yeah.
I thought it would have been really cool if he could end that fight just by holding up his hand.
Yeah,
you know,
and
like he lifts the fucking the Starfighter. Like
Yeah. Like, I
the
want to
X-Wing
say,
just comes up.
I want to say, remember how easy that looked for him?
Yes, he was just.
And then you go back to episode 2, that fight where like Dooku's just throwing shit at him, and his movement looks so labored trying to move that with the Force.
Right, and the way that the canon has gone and how George explained is that the Force was stronger back then. So then shouldn't Yoda have been stronger with the Force?
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
after all
I
the
mean-
Jedi are dead, he can lift an X-Wing with one hand?
I don't know, I guess in a little bit defense, I didn't think it looked like he was struggling. I just
Okay.
think he takes his time more with the Force. He feels it more, he thinks about it more.
But it's
He
just
still
like,
loses that fight though.
it's
Right.
just like when it was thrown at him, like it still moved towards him when he's like doing the motion to push it.
yeah.
So it's like he's not getting enough to get it.
Maybe Count Dooku was just stronger though.
He is a Sith.
But
And
Right. this is when we explain that we don't understand physics in our world, let alone physics in the Star Wars
we're
world.
arguing a little bit, but we don't know what we're saying. Because the context of the whole thing is just
But-
Just like politicians.
But I was mad at that scene from the beginning. Just
Yeah.
that they gave Yoda a lightsaber, and I was mad that it wasn't in his cane. Like he dropped the cane to pull out his lightsaber. It shouldn't have just been a lightsaber cane. Wouldn't that have been cool? Come on, give him something neat. But other than that, it's okay. What else? Okay, so you have a big pet peeve at the end there with Padme in the hangar.
yeah, it really bugs the crap out of me because she's in this gunship with Anakin and Obi-Wan. They're chasing after Count Dooku to get to the hangar where that saber fight is.
Right.
The ship gets hit, she gets knocked out, falls into sand, and is completely fine.
I hate sand.
Yeah. But it saved her life, so I think Anakin should like it more. Asshole. But she's like knocked out.
Okay.
And then later on, during the saber fight, it cuts to a scene where a clone is walking up to her and like pulling her out of the sand, and he's asking, "Is she all right?" And then she just says, "We have to get to that hangar."
Right.
How do you know where they're?
How the fuck do you know where the
Yeah.
hangar is? Why do you know they're in the hangar?
Yeah, there was no, like they did not know where Christopher Lee was going.
This is their sly beginning that she was Force sensitive.
Mhm.
My God.
This is why. Also, this is why she gave up her will to live in Revenge of the Sith. Her clairvoyancy, she saw it prophesied. She couldn't go on any farther. I'm sorry. That's all I want to toss in there. So your big positive that you mentioned earlier was Kamino. Like you thought that was a really cool scene. What was your favorite part of that?
I don't even remember.
This is where the clones were coming from. Master Sifo-Dyas.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like I can't pick out. It's been like
No, you're fine. No,
movie.
my big positive for it was I thought that was a really good use of tossing in that one throwaway line from Star Wars: A New Hope back in the Clone Wars, and they just make an entire movie out of it. Which overall, I thought the movie was poor,
It
but
wasn't the Clone Wars.
it wasn't. It really wasn't. Like the Clone Wars is really Revenge of the Sith, but
Yeah.
that's a story
And
for a
not
different
even
time.
that either.
Exactly, it's like really in between, which is where the show comes in. But just the genesis of the clones was really cool. You have Master Sifo-Dyas, who they thought was dead for 100 years. Turns out he was being controlled by the Sith and not forced, but convinced maybe.
But it wasn't 100 years.
It wasn't 100.
No.
Oh, I thought it was longer.
It was
I'm
just
sorry.
a long period of time. I don't think they.
He was alive during episode 1.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
so like 10 years.
Yeah.
And by then, like, they think he's gone, but really he was off commissioning a fucking clone army. Like, how cool is
I
that?
think the Jedi thinks that he was gone before that, but he was around during that time because obviously that's when
Yeah.
the clones were being created.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So they
But
think he
either
was dead
way,
for like 30 years.
right?
Or something.
Either way, they thought he was gone, but really he was off, commissioning clones, and they just show up and they're like, "Yeah, your clone army's ready to go. Do you have your receipt, or we validate here? Like, how cool is that? I just thought that was neat. They show up, there's clones, and also Kamino was such a cool planet. You know, it's this
Yeah.
storm-like planet. They can't go to the mountain, similar to like Cloud City.
It was a planet that was all water.
Exactly.
Just like the planet that was all desert or all forest.
George,
Or all city.
George
all-
really doesn't
all
understand that multiple biomes can exist on one planet. Like, yeah, Mustafa, like you have a really good point there. Like, he just doesn't understand that it can exist all the way around. But overall, that was my favorite part of it, and also the aliens on Kamino were really,
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool looking.
Yeah.
They reminded me of the aliens at the end of AI. Did you guys ever see AI?
Happen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The aliens that pull him out of the ice look very similar to the aliens on Kamino. So, what were the name of the aliens? Just so we can toss it out for a quick Google.
From
From
AI.
Kamino. No, the aliens on Kamino.
They're Kaminoans.
Kaminoans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Lame name.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what Dexter called them. The guy in the diner. Oh, that. It's because Jedi just refer to diner workers.
Exactly. My final. So we have negatives, we have positive, but the final thing that no one can argue: Mace fucking Windu was the shit.
Woo.
Yeah.
Purple goddamn lightsaber, just because he requested it. George was like, you're gonna have a blue lightsaber. He's like, can I have a purple lightsaber? And George was like, hell yeah, you can. Which is, it adds like a mythological aspect to that character because all Jedi usually got their lightsaber crystals from one planet, the planet who I theorize is going to be the Starkiller base. It only had blue or green crystals on it. So which means Mace had to go somewhere else cool to get a purple lightsaber.
There is one pet peeve I have with this movie. It's
Okay.
Plo Koon.
Because he's such a cool guy in the Clone Wars. And
I love this character,
Mhm.
but in the game Jedi Power Battles, which came out after Episode 1,
Okay.
it established that Plo Koon had a yellow lightsaber.
Right.
In this movie, Episode 2, he had a blue lightsaber.
Damn it.
Little tiny pet
Continuity.
peeve.
That's the only thing that ruins the whole trilogy.
I know.
Man, other than that, would
Prequel's
have been
ruined for me.
a masterpiece. You're right, Dave. God damn it. No, so that's our little pet peeve with the canon. Other than that, perfect movie. That's our end. That's our end thing for episode 2. Check us out. We have other videos up for Phantom Menace. We're gonna put one up for Revenge of the Sith. We're gonna go New Hope, and then maybe skip Empire Strikes Back because everybody hates it, right? No,
Yeah.
Empire Strikes Back.
Oh yeah.
Skip right over that
was
one.
worse than the prequels.
And exactly, and then the best Star Wars movie, Return of the Jedi, of course, as everybody knows.
Absolutely.
Check us out. We're probably actually gonna do extra time on Empire Strikes Back because I have
Yeah.
nothing but good things to say about it.
Probably a whole half hour.
Probably. So check our other videos out. If you want to catch our podcast, we're new episodes every Wednesday. Cave Trolls Cast on iTunes. Thank you for listening.